Welcome back to the channel, everyone. We finally get to talk about another set of headphones, and we finally get to talk about the AirPods too. Now, these are my daily main AirPods that I use, my main headphones that I use for anything, and if it's not these ones, it's usually the AirPods, the ones you actually have to plug into the headphone jack, but I love my AirPods too. These are really awesome things. Now, I bought these about like 6 months ago-ish. Like, I don't really remember how long ago, but it was a pretty recent. I think it was actually about the time the AirPods Pros came out, so that was probably even less than that. Now, the AirPods 2s, when they came out, they were kind of a weird thing. You know, we were honestly expecting them to be like dark in a way, but they weren't, which kind of sucks. But currently, as of right now, first of all, when they were being sold by Apple, first of all, they're still being sold by Apple, but they're selling for $159 without the wireless charging capability, but that wireless charging capability case is $199. So I don't really know why it's like that. I mean, first of all, it's like, I don't think it's that big of a deal, but if I were you, I would probably recommend getting the cheaper one because it's not that big of a difference. But if you want that wireless charging case, you have that capability. Now, in 2020, not much has changed. These things came out about, I would say, like 10 months ago-ish. I keep saying ish in this video. And since then, we've seen the AirPods Pros and everything, and these things really haven't fallen down in the price market too much. I mean, they're still about the same price. On Amazon, I've been seeing them for about $139, so that's definitely a little bit cheaper. You're saving about $20 that way, so if you want to pick those ones up, I'll leave them down in the comments or in the description below. Now, my experience with them so far for the last couple months have been great. I owned the AirPods once before this, and these are honestly really great headphones. I really have nothing else to say about them. They're really easy to get. They're just, you take them out of the box or you take them out of the charging case, you plug them in and you're set. And it's so easy to even switch from a MacBook to an iMac to an iPhone with my AirPods, which is so cool. Now, these AirPods do have some cool capabilities that the older ones didn't have. The H1 chip, which I guess allows you to pair it easily. I guess that's a really cool thing. Me personally, I don't really care too much about that. The Hey Siri support, that is also an amazing thing. And the best thing about these AirPods is that I've never accidentally enabled it, which is so awesome. You know, with my iPhone, with so many things, when I had that enabled, it would always pick up random things. Even my Google Home, that thing always goes off. You know, whenever I say like, hey, what's up? Literally, it goes off all the time. But this thing, it never accidentally enabled, and I do have it enabled in the settings, which is really cool. And it never enabled by itself, which is awesome. And that really shows a testament to Apple kind of furthering that. Hopefully, they can put that technology in the iPhones as well. But really, other than that, everything's pretty much been set for these things. I will say though that the battery life on this charging case has held up pretty well. On my original AirPods, those battery cases, those have held up pretty well too, but I've seen a lot of people complain about the battery life in those ones, at least the battery health. I really hope at some point Apple can push the AirPods battery health, you know how they do for the iPhones. Hopefully they can do that same thing for the AirPods and other Apple accessories like the Apple Watches and stuff. That way we can kind of see, how our other Apple accessories are doing. I would love to see the battery health for our AirPods, and I don't think that's a capability yet. We can see the battery life, but we can't see the battery health. But my battery life for these things have been pretty good. I love that charging blinking indicator on the front. Every time I plug it in, it's good. I can kind of get an idea with the battery life for these things, and they've been lasting pretty long. They say about like 5 hours of listening time on one charge, and I think that's about the case, but they say more than 24 hours of listening time with the wireless charging case. But here's the thing, the same case as the wireless charging case and the other case both have the same amount of battery life apparently from what they've been saying, so I don't really think there's that big of an incentive to get the wireless charging one unless you really want it. I think if they were to sell the AirPower thing alongside of this thing, I think that would have been a really cool thing to pick up for these things. But as of right now, I mean, I don't really mind plugging in. It's really not that big of a deal. Now, the biggest question is that should you pick up the AirPods 2, either the charging case or wireless charging case, or should you pick up the AirPods Pros? Now, me personally, my specific ear type, they don't work well with the AirPods Pros. I've had those for a little bit, and I didn't really like them that much. There's definitely some really cool features for those headphones, but I still do like my original AirPods 2s. Whether the charging case or not, they're the same thing. It doesn't really matter. I like those type of headphones more, and I really hope Apple never really goes down the road of AirPods Pros, and I hope they don't just sell those by itself. I hope they keep those AirPods designs, the original ones, because those ones fit in my ear the best. The other ones, they kind of hurt my ear after a little time. If they actually do bring that active noise cancellation feature to the AirPods 2s, I think that'd be really cool, and they can market those as AirPods 3s. But as of right now, what I can tell you, AirPods 2s are still worth it in 2020. Obviously, they're great headphones still. Obviously, they don't sound the best. They're not the best in terms of the bass and all that, but they're good enough for me. And I actually made my last mixtape primarily for my AirPods, which is really cool. And I'm going to get those comments, bro. We can tell it was so trash. It was so bad. Keep the comments coming. I love that criticism. But yeah, I think pretty much that sums it up for the most part. these are headphones, you know, at the end of the day, there's not like a screen on them I can criticize or anything. So that really pretty much covers it. That's my experience with them for the last couple months. If you guys have any questions or anything, leave it down in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it would mean so much if you guys could hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel, all those links are linked down below. I'd really appreciate if you guys could check it out. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.